Now for what's trending in true crime, we've got some new information just coming out about Justin Timberlake's arrest for alleged DWI in New York. We've got his mugshot. Take a look. The mega pop star spending the night in jail after being arrested on Long Island. He appeared in court Tuesday, handcuffed, and then was released on his own recognizance. Sag Harbor police say that he was stopped after he ran a stop sign and then veered out of his lane. He told the officer that he had one martini and then refused a breathalyzer test 3 times. Police say his eyes were bloodshot, glassy, that he had alcohol smell on his breath and was unable to divide his attention. They said his speech was slowed and he was unsteady on his feet. The police officer did perform all field sobriety testing on him. No comment this morning from Timberlake's people just yet. He's scheduled to be back in court on July 26th. Now, the question we're asking this morning, even if we take what Justin Timberlake is saying as true, let's just say for the sake of our analysis, he did only have one martini. A lot of people are asking this morning, why don't these celebrities get themselves drivers when they go out to have a good time? Let's bring in our power panel, see what they think. So pleased to welcome in entertainment commentator Holland Reed, criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Franz Borchardt, and still with me, former DEA senior special agent David Katz. Holland, I would love to start with you, please, my friend. Your thoughts on this?
Oh my gosh, Julie, good morning. Good to see you guys. There's so many things. First, let me say this. I'm a huge Justin Timberlake fan, but waking up to this news on my birthday made me feel old, finding out that the arresting officer didn't even know who he was. So the idea that his privilege and celebrity is dwindling and this being one more strike on him is not great in the world of celeb news. The internet is screaming, cry me a river. People are already anti-Justin Timberlake after Britney Spears came out with what she said about him, about pressure to have an abortion and other infidelities and issues in the relationship. This is a father, this is a 43-year-old man, exactly like you said in your statement. Why didn't he have an Uber driver? Why didn't he have friends that said, hey, let's take you to wherever we're going? Why didn't you have a driver? It doesn't make any sense. When you're in such an elite neighborhood, you're in the Hamptons. You're at the American. It's the celeb hub of the who and the what of that environment. You would have someone picking you up, dropping you off. One martini, nobody's buying it. Glassy eyes, nobody's buying it. Even the rumor mills are saying that there was a lot of people there. He came back, someone came back from the bathroom and they were drinking his drink. So there's a lot to dissect there, but it doesn't make any sense. 43 years old, you're on tour. This is something that could have been avoided.
Yeah, great comments from you, as always, Holland. And happy belated birthday from all of us here at Court TV.
I feel so old.
Oh, you are not. You are young and beautiful, and I'm with you. That officer should have known who Justin Timberlake is. Come on, are you living on another planet, right? Franz Borchardt, I've got a particular question for you. When I heard he refused the breathalyzer, I want to pick your lawyer brain about that. What do you think legally? Good move?
Well, I tell everybody, if you're stopped for potential DWI and you've had any alcohol, you should refuse everything. Refuse everything, win the battle on the back end. And look, that mugshot, he's not bringing sexy back with that, right? Although I must say, in the history of mugshots, it's still a pretty good.
It is a good one. Yeah, it's not bad.
So not that I'm giving advice to folks in Long Island, but I generally tell people refuse everything. The bigger piece of advice is, dude, don't drive. And it goes back to what we've already talked about, which is you don't have to drive. Now, I can imagine as a celebrity, he probably has a nice car. He wants to be able to do the things he wants to be able to do. And look, the bigger picture is impaired people make impaired decisions. You know, we're covering a case in Boston, right outside of Boston right now, based on that kind of suspicion. So, I mean, I guess for me, it's like, dude, don't do the standard field sobriety test if you're not going to do the breath test.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Franz. It's excellent advice. I had a feeling you might say that about refuse if you're stopped. And David Katz, speaking of the traffic stop, let me pick your law enforcement brain about this. We know police officers have discretion. What does this say to you here, that this wasn't a situation where the officer found out, you know, at some point who he was, taken him back and said, okay, let's, you know, not charge him, let him sleep it off, get him a ride or something? No, he put him right in the system. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the day of giving special treatment is kind of beyond us now. And I would have recognized him even like this. I think he's still very handsome. I loved him in Time. It was a great movie, wasn't it? And listen, he may have had only one martini. It just could have been, a little extra grande. So I'd like to give Mr. Timberlake some advice. If you open your phone, go to the Play Store, there's Uber, there's Lyft, there's and you can just download. And then when you leave the bar like that, you can just call someone to take you home, and you don't have to have that picture all over the internet.
Yeah, no, it's great advice. We'll see what he does on the next court appearance. I'll be really curious to see if he fights this or if this is a quick plea. Franz is shaking his head. Plea, huh? Plea. Yeah, plea. Everybody agrees. Yeah, I do too. If I was his lawyer, I'd do this so swiftly. And usually, if he is, and I'm not saying he was DWI, I don't know, didn't assess it, but from what I know, if you're a first-time offender, I'm assuming he is, usually there are always expungement programs. No one was hurt, thank goodness for that. Go through some classes and probation and then get it off the record. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's switch gears. I've got another crazy story.